Will you give it to me? It seems what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me. Will you give it to me? Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly it changes, violently it changes. Oh no, there is no turning back now. You've woken up the demon in me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it run to me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift that has been given to me. I can see inside you the sickness is rising. Don't try to deny what you feel. Will you give it to me? It seems that all that was good has died and is decaying in me. Will you give it to me? It seems you're having some trouble in dealing with these changes, living with these changes. Now the world is a scary place, now that you've woken up the demon in me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it open to me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this is the gift that has been given to me. Every night dream. Every night dream. Every night dream.
Well, I guess I should make this follow-up video to explain what happens when someone who has committed a life of sin and evil should happen to cross into the infernal dominions before they die. A person has until the end of their life to atone and seek true forgiveness for the wicked things they may have done in life. Things that will condemn them, in hell, are represented by their own personal demons. In today's world it seems that the biblical prophecies have come full circle and the wicked have covered the earth to a point where drastic measures are being taken to try and squelch this sin that covers the hearts of so many people. So if one follows the advice I had given to seeing hell, and they are true condemnable sinners, not the simple mistakes of not fasting or adultery or sexual acts before marriage, but true sinners such as rapists, intentional murderers or blasphemers that seek to destroy peace, then they will not be leaving hell alone. What will happen is that their demons will follow them and begin administering their punishment. This is the sin that the angels had condemned me to, the sin of heaven committed upon a child who had yet to commit any of the sins he was being punished for, that caused the very adversary to rise the way I have. Though this will be tapered to punishment to their existing sins and their fate can be changed. The wrong path they have chosen, that can still be corrected. This will allow heaven's tempest angels to try and apply their skills and experience to the rising problem. To accomplish this, those denizens in hell seeking the right, will have to fill the role of the tempest angels as far as maintaining the boundaries and keeping those in hell where they belong, while the tempest angels attempt to assist the archangels in reaching today's troubled society and lead them towards seeing another path and choice that can be made to change the wickedness that has settled in their hearts. Also, this is not a worldwide effort to reveal God's truth to the world, and the choice of faith and belief must still be made available to those who know not the truth. Though we live in times of prophecy, and though we are said to be in the era where God will be taking the most action upon the earth since biblical times, there are still the generations ahead and those we may not even be aware of that may walk a similar path, and the way to faith, to those who do not know, should still be made available for times ahead. Now I am going to step out of my responsibilities here to address something serious to the world here. Putting my heavenly role to the side and speaking from my human aspect as an American to the rest of the world and its opinions against Americans, especially involving this debt that they say we owe. Now I'm not going to waste time pointing specific fingers because it would just be denied, but those of you out there who know you're responsible know exactly who I'm talking to. Many of you government leaders out there and those that seem to think we, the American people, owe some kind of debt as if we have been asking for your assistance to keep our economy afloat or whatever this debt issue is about. From what I know, I don't see how we should owe anything to anybody. I may not know all the details, but I know what I've seen in my time. Every time the world has had a disaster, every time a country has had a problem with some dictator or people starving in poor countries, who was it that came to help out of human decency? Who was it that would send what available help with troops for delivering supplies, with priests for missionary assignments, doctors for medical assistance or supplies for countries in need? I have seen America donate more time and more resources than any other country in the world. We are not perfect, we are not higher than anyone else out there. We simply have confidence that what we do is right because we make our decisions based on what our heart tells us is right. We don't allow traditions or even our own government to stand in our way of doing what we think is right sometimes. For you all to sit there and try to destroy our country and its moral foundations the way I've seen you all try to do in the past few years is arrogant and completely disrespectful to the selfless effort this country has poured itself out to help you all in the past because we believed it was the humane, decent thing to do. Sure, we may have faltered here recently, but like I said, we are not perfect and we don't intentionally try to be. Now what our government has tried to emulate about us and what the true people feel are often two different things. Anyone who knows anything about us know that the people and the government have always been divided, but your attacks on our foundation are directly affecting us, not our government. It makes things harder on us, not them. So if you have a problem with democracy and its effect on your country, turn to your own leaders who govern your activities and have picked up a bad habit and image of our government's method of policies, not us. And that's all I really have to say on that subject. Now, as Putin put it, on with the puppet show. Right, so, apart from the Tempest Angels administering their duties upon those whose deeds have condemned them to be heading towards hell at the time of them crossing into hell's dominion while still alive, this also will give the angels their necessary advantage to assist those who have strayed from their path, those who have made a habit out of sin and blindly fall into a lifestyle of mistakes, those that have become lost. It can provide them with a way to lock onto those they need to reach by then dipping into the other side briefly through the method I proposed. It can't pinpoint anyone's exact guilt or innocence as far as man's laws are concerned, but it can give a chance for God's laws to have more of an influence towards helping without compromising anyone's beliefs or faith, even as they won't understand exactly what it is they are seeing, but heaven will as long as they are informed ahead of time. So that's about it as far as my idea goes on that subject. Heaven wanted me to explain more in detail what sins they committed against me. Well, this is but one of them. 8 human years I remained bound through this method before I finally was freed. Bound to that method just as I am bound now to these videos. A way they tried to keep me chained down before any sin had been committed, and then covered their ass with this whole Apollyon plan they have put me through for the past 4 years. So what's your supercomputer AI solution finder say to that, might I wonder?
And the nuclear powers have just denied rumors that the world's waters are being polluted by
nuclear waste.
They say that the pollution is being caused not by them, but by all the dead fish we have today in the sea.
Okay.
Max! What I want to know is, why are the only funny lines on this show the ones behind me?